playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of them are going to be watching. No pressure.
Really?
It's all good, though.
What?
I've been waiting for this my entire life.
You're broadcasting on 2K16.
No.
It just said you are.
Got tired of losing in Fortnite.
Let's meet this.
At least this is something I can't lose at.
At point, standing 6'2".
Really, kid, I sat there. I wanted you to walk your damn dog, and you couldn't get on me to get my mom her phone. By the way, she just had a stroke, so she could take her time. And you decided I was taking too long.
Wait, what?
The reason I took so long is because, first of all, I had to take care of my mom, who just had a stroke, and she was texting my brother something. That's why it took so long.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Calderon. Winslow with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope
you should play NBA.
I do play NBA.
A room service dime by Jose Calderon.
16-13.
So the Heat, their last game, a win against the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
And they ran their offense.
I got 2K17, but you only have 2K16.
Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
Afflalo, that's good. 1:14 left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. They set the pick. It's tipped. They retain possession. And it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And the second free throw, good. Amari Stoudemire, with a change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York. Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Freak kicks to Green. Dishes to Freak. It's stolen by Calderon. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to O'Quinn. There's the three. Miami grabs the miss.
We've got a narrow edge here in rebounding early on. You wonder how much that'll play going forward.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, and every play counts.
And here's Freak. No good from 11 feet. Afflalo. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Knicks lead by 7. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us.
And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a...
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the... checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Afflalo in for Jose Calderon. The Heat also changing it up. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Gerald Green comes in for Luol Deng. And Freak subbed in for Goran Dragic. They've got Derek Williams. Kevin Seraphin is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Afflalo, and it's Galloway in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Knicks trail by 3. For the 3, it's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
There's Freak. It's rebounded by Seraphin.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions yet.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Chris Anderson is checked in for Miami. Winslow comes in for Dwayne Wade. Here's Afflalo, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Here's Freak. It's good from long range. Freak's got the lead up to 3 now for the Heat. Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley Clark kind of molded him in his image.
Yeah, and it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
And the shot no good, a bit short.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Now here's Stoudemire. He's covered closely. Freak. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's right. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah,
right.
You can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
This is his first free throw of the game. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
And the Knicks making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. Here's Galloway. 11 points in the game. Seraphin inside. He's covered by Anderson. Shot by Seraphin. No good.
And it became clear that thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Feeds to Winslow. Kicks it to Freak. Stoudemire setting the pick for Freak. He shot 2 free throws in the game. Made 1 and missed 1. Free throw good. Freak.
Come on, stay on the board. Stay on the board.
Both good from the line that time. Now here's Calderon. Three-pointer. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And that concludes the first half. It's the Heat leading by 6. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the
the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Look at the game Galloway has been having. He's got 11 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Here's Galloway. Sends a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams, he checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Freak subbed in for Goran Dragic. On the court for the Heat, Freak in at point guard. Winslow is out there with Chris Bosh. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Green in at the 2. Bosh passes to Freak. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Freak's got 10 points in the game. Knicks trail by 11. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. He had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Heat.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
And, of course, Chris Bosh has been such a prolific scorer and rebounder in his career. He's not quite in the 2010 category for his career. But boy, Greg, he's close.
Yeah, I mean, good athleticism, that big wingspan, and not an overly physical player, but very instinctive on the backboard. And when it comes to scoring, particularly from that mid-range area, he can do it all.
The Heat making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. There's the pick. Here's Calderon. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Calderon's got his 3rd basket of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play. On the topic of Chris Bosh, I mean, guys, he was a 24-11 player his last season with Toronto. Went on to Miami to win rings where his stats dipped a bit with LeBron there. Then last season, the scoring average right back up to 21 a game.
And both free throws good from Freak.
Talking about Chris Bosh, he was really ahead of his time when he first entered the league. I mean, very few power forwards back then had his combination of size, agility, and skill set. Now we're seeing a ton of fours like that on draft night.
There's 37 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Freak. Right through the D for the layup. Freak's got 14.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
No coverage that time. And it's a 12-point Miami lead. Now Calderon. He has 6. Pass to Seraphin. Takes it from 10. Can't hit. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Heat lead by 12. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The Knicks have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the 4th, sinking the majority of their shots. They've got Amundsen. Williams is out there with Anthony. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Porzingis in at the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him. But with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big three to compete for a championship. And for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half. And when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day. And that's really what Carmelo did. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Heat.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Dragic. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Now the Heat with it. At one point, they led by 16. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by a follow. No luck. So New York will take it the other way. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Galloway kicks to Anthony. It's deflected. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right.
Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
Aflalo dishes to Galloway. The 3. Anthony can't hit. Freak can't connect. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now...
Chris, tell us a little bit about the philosophy behind your game and how this team works so well together.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Goran Dragic. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the...
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the...
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love.
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Miami leading by 6. Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
On the court for Cleveland, Thompson and Varejao at the 4 and 5. Williams is out there with Iman Shumpert, and it's Jefferson in at the small forward.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
Thompson sets the pick for Shumpert. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Shumpert's got his first bucket of the night.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Freak. Again, the miss by the Heat. The Cavaliers trail by 6.
You talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. I mean, could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
And Thompson sends it back. Right side Shumpert. Pass to Williams. Offensive rebound. And again, Iman Shumpert. Shumpert's got his second bucket of the night.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Thompson. And it's all knotted up.
And immediately looking for the open man when the double team comes to him.
Goes up from the top of the key, but they'll get another chance. And that one goes long. Cleveland with the ball. Shumpert dishes to Thompson. Kicks to Jefferson. Here's the floater. Here's Varejao. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Williams with the steal. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now, and Jefferson throws it down.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively, and this lead, I think, is headed up.
Got it! Got it! What a shot!
And money to end the quarter there with the...
And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player. Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Deng and Bosch, your small and power forwards. D-Wade out there with Freak, and it's Stoudemire in at the 5, down low. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
Looking now at some numbers for J.R. Smith. His last 10 games, he's averaging 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
A different look for Miami. Anderson, he's checked in for Bosch. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Gerald Green in for Dwayne Wade. Cleveland also making some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. Mon Shumpert has come in for Smith. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Stoudemire setting the pick for Freak. Off the left rim and out. Cleveland leading by 4. Outside Shumpert. Puts up a 3. And Thompson kicks to Shumpert. The three-pointer no good.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Feeds it to Freak. Expanding his range. The shot falls for only his second bucket. 2 for 9. Cleveland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. LeBron left side. Back to Williams. Picked by Varejao. Williams attacking. Chris Anderson pulls it in. And stolen by Williams. And Chris Anderson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Jefferson's checked in. Tries a 3 off the inbound. And he gets it to go. Jefferson's got the lead up to 4 now for Cleveland.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. And if you take any star off a team, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
The dish to Varejao. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. And now it's an 8-point Cavalier lead.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean,